Sup, bitches?
You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and here's another Red Eye Responds where I'm responding to some of my older content. Thought I'd do something kind of random just for fun. I am planning on doing some more live responses soon, and then editing those down into individual videos as is tradition, but I thought it would be fun to look back at a video of mine from nearly 9 years ago. It's about 8.5 years ago at this point, actually, but still. It's just an old episode of Random Thoughts that I was just kind of looking back at some of the older episodes, and was curious to see how some of my tastes and thoughts have changed over the years. But yeah, this one's titled Upcoming Videos, Things I've Been Up To and More, Random Thoughts. This is from Gen 2 of the channel. It was originally uploaded November 30th, 2016. I thought it'd be fun to just take a look back and see my old content before I had editing software, before I had a capture card, when I was making shit with Xbox Upload Studio, which sucked dick to use. You are watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome back to another Random Thoughts. This intro is actually 55 seconds long. That's all I have recorded so far. I'm gonna go back and get some more gameplay to do some more thoughts, but I thought this was worth mentioning. What happened here was Snowman and I were playing the Master Chief Collection, matchmaking, and everyone else but us quit the game. However, the game didn't end. So yeah, interesting that I made a whole fucking deal about the intro here and talking about the gameplay, because the way that it used to work is I would just get unrelated gameplay through Xbox Game DVR and then throw it into Upload Studio and add voiceover. That's literally all you could really do with it. There wasn't any real editing you could do with it other than putting clips together and putting audio on it. You couldn't really chop them up, and you couldn't really edit it down at all. Like, it was basically what you had. So we decided to betray each other a bunch of times, and then see who can go the most negative. However, when he betrayed me that time, I accidentally held the X button down because I was trying to reload, and that booted him. Halo betrayal booting, if you've played Halo, you know how it works. That said, again, it is interesting that I thought that was worthy of doing a whole segment talking about here at the start, but it was weird. Their servers were really weird, especially early on with MCC. Even after he's gone, the game does not end. It continues on while I play. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I guess that's really all there is to say about it. This clip's fairly self-explanatory once you know the backstory of it. But yeah, let's get on to the next topic. I will be talking about a wide variety of topics to try and go. As I was saying before I was so rudely cut off by the clip ending, this Random Thoughts is going to be very much back to the basics of multiple different topics, because I feel that the others have been too focused lately. Yeah, it is interesting looking back that, you know, Random Thoughts has varied between having multiple topics and staying on one topic. This one is one of the ones where I jump all over the place, which at the time I guess I was considering better because it was more variety, which I mentioned later in the video. But obviously Random Thoughts now is a little more structured than that sometimes. It does depend. There are still some that are kind of all over the place. But Red Eye Raw and The Shit Show have sort of taken that route instead, although Random Thoughts does still have that. So as far as that goes, the first topic I'd like to talk about is recent animes I've been watching, if anyone cares. I've been watching The Heroic Legend of Arslan. It's really good. It's a medieval setting. And it's about this prince and this sort of war going on in his capital. I'm only about 10 episodes in, I think. There's 30 total. Yeah, I never actually finished that show. Apparently there was also an older OVA version of it, but I never finished it. I think I got kind of bored with it, to be honest. I was really into it for a minute, but I just kind of forgot about it and then never finished it. I've also been watching Bloodivores, which is also pretty good. Bloodivores is actually kind of terrible. It's an example of too much shit thrown into one series that it just can't decide what it wants to be. It's like, oh look, there's vampires. Oh look, they go to prison. Oh look, this prison exists outside time and space and has weird time dilation where each part is in a different time. Oh look, there's special abilities. Oh look, there's a girl like Lucy from Elfen Lied with a split personality that's sweet and innocent like her new personality. Like, it's a lot of shit just crammed into it. I think it's based off a Chinese comic rather than a Japanese one. I'm not 100% sure. It's something like that. It was a total mess and it only got one season and never got finished. I was really into it for a minute because I wasn't super critical back then. I've watched every episode of that so far as it's came out. Now on to another topic. Also, on a side note, as you notice in a lot of these clips, obviously there are gaps where it's just gameplay audio. It's because I couldn't edit out dead air back then, so there is that. And also, I couldn't control the game volume as opposed to my voice volume, as you know if you've seen my Gen 2 videos. I've been rewatching the entire series of Blackadder, which is a British comedy series that's a historical comedy if you've never seen it. I actually plan on doing a video about Blackadder in the next couple of days. Blackadder is one of my favorite British comedies, and I still rewatch it many times to this day. More specifically, which version of Blackadder is my favorite, because each series takes place in a different period of history. Yeah, that Blackadder video was actually kind of part of the start of what would become Gen 3 of the channel, actually, because I want to say that Blackadder video was the first one I used Movie Maker with. Unfortunately, we still didn't have a chance to do Snowman's Scary Stories this year. However, he does have his own channel now, where he does a lot of gameplay sort of things. Yeah, so Snowman's Scary Stories is a video we never got around to doing. Snowman also doesn't upload on YouTube anymore. He's gone Rumble exclusive. But that was around the time he had started his YouTube channel. I did another episode of Captain Shame the other day. I don't really know that it was the best, but it was mainly exposition. I'm hoping I can get the series to be funny again. It's just... It's difficult to keep coming up with stuff because that show's just so random in nature, but I do hope to make it good. So Captain Shame was sort of the prototype to Sarge and Friends. It was kind of horrible with the way it was developed. Not that there was like a ton of like work or anything crazy, because it was just me making videos, as is everything on here, right? But Captain Shame in particular was a series I had a hard time finding direction. I had a hard time getting cast members to return on it just because of scheduling problems and just people moving away and other things that made it difficult. Which is why Captain Shame ultimately ended, and then we got Sarge and Friends, which is just better in every way, because Captain Shame was made in Upload Studio with unrelated gameplay footage, so it's nowhere near as good. I've been really liking the new season of South Park. The whole Mr. Garrison as Donald Trump thing, I think it's pretty funny. Wow, what an awful take I had back then. That season sucks dick. But at the time, I was really committing to South Park has no bad season. South Park is still good, guys. It's still good. It's still good. But obviously, no. South Park does have bad seasons, and it has bad episodes. I was just coping at the time, not realizing just how bad the serialization and the same generic Trump jokes as everything else was. Like, at the time, I was still trying to claim that it was good, because I really wanted it to be. I'm willing to bet President-elect Trump doesn't really like it, because it kind of makes fun of him, but it also makes fun of Hillary to an extent, too, so... my horseshoe theory. They made fun of both, therefore it's funny, guys. No, it's not funny. Season 20 is easily one of the worst seasons. But, yeah, I think it's been a pretty good season so far, probably better than 19.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
Wouldn't say it's the best, but I enjoy it. It's a lot more serialized than the other seasons have been. Which is another part of why it's not actually good. South Park doesn't do well with, like, hyper-serialization. I plan on doing another snack review as soon as I get paid, so hopefully within the next couple of weeks. And I still do snack reviews to this day, but obviously they've become sparser and sparser with each subsequent channel generation. Gen 2 was easily the most snack reviews, and Gen 3 probably the second most, and then after that it's gotten progressively less with each channel generation. I did mention that in a little after the thing scene with Snackathon. I added this little credit sequence that kind of explains that. So Snackathon was just a compilation of snack reviews. It was a marathon of the snack reviews at the time. I don't know how many of you watch that because it's 2 hours long and it's all just my old snack reviews, and don't worry, I don't plan on doing a bunch of filler content this week. I plan on having plenty of new videos, like, for instance, this Random Thoughts and my upcoming one on Blackadder. What filler content would constitute for me is when I do, like, compilations, recuts, and marathons, things like that. And that is things that I do like to do every once in a while, because I have over 3,000 videos at this point, and a lot of people haven't seen some of my older content, so it is fun to go back. I mean, hell, this is going back and responding to some of my older content with not a ton of crazy substance that a lot of people would find interesting, but I do, so fuck you. I've currently misplaced my tablet that I filmed the live-action segments on, but I should find it within the next couple days because it's somewhere in this very room. So this is from a time period where I still didn't have a smartphone. I actually didn't get a smartphone until the following year in 2017. So I used a tablet to record the live action segments at the time for the channel instead of using a phone. I also didn't have the webcam yet, but obviously the webcam is shit quality because in this day and age I literally use an Xbox 360 Vision camera, which was a conscious choice. It was done deliberately because, as sort of an inside joke with wanting to do web chats with some of my friends online, some of them said I should get a webcam, so I intentionally got a piece of shit Xbox 360 Vision camera. But again, that's neither here nor there, because I didn't even have that at the time, so the tablet was literally the only live action stuff we had. After that, I plan on doing a few more DVD collection videos, and a few other things here and there. Obviously, if you guys want to see something specific, definitely let me know, and I'll be happy to oblige if it's something that I would like to do and have the ability to do. Ah, yes, taking requests, which I still do to a point, but obviously I'm, not obligated to do that. But if I do get a good idea, then I will follow through with it a lot of the time. But also, DVD collection updates, a staple of the channel. They've been present in every generation since Gen 2, so they are here to stay on the channel. Again, they're less common than they used to be. They used to be basically monthly. Now it's whenever the fuck I get enough stuff to justify uploading the full video. But, yeah, this has just been kind of a more traditional random thoughts, kind of like the first few episodes where I don't have any one particular topic. I just sort of talk about whatever's on my mind. While I do like some of the focused episodes I've done, I feel that these are more, I don't know, they have more variety, so I feel like these are probably the better, more traditional random thoughts. I also have a couple other videos in the works that hopefully will be going up in the next little while, but I can't say for sure. I've already started working on a couple, but I really think that's all I have to say for today, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. Have a nice day. I trimmed off the end because there was actually 7 seconds more of gameplay footage at the end, because again, you couldn't really control the amount that well with Upload Studio. Yeah, that's the video. That's, I don't know if anyone cared that I made this, or if this is just a bunch of shit. Let me know if you want to look back at more of these, if you want me to revisit some more of my old random thoughts and see what I think. I just thought it would be an interesting thing to try out. I have kind of done this before with my Unpopular Opinions Random Thoughts episodes in the past. This one was less substantive than that because there's not a whole lot going for it. But I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Toodles.
That sucked. I'm sure glad that's over with.
Subscribe to Fugitive Red Eye.